Is it possible for the knee that's not going to the floor to stay relatively in a standing position? So that you have at least 1, 2, 3 standing points and 1 easy point. Flippy, flippy, floppy point. That's it. Yeah, that's different. Can you feel? Yeah, quite different. So you have 3 standing pins and 1 flippy floppy pin. That's it. Nice. Did you know you could do that? Done the Russian dancing before, darling. Okay, great. Stop and rest a little bit. And the question is, why is having 3 standing pins so important? When you have those 3 standing points, what does it allow the leg to do? What does it allow the rest of you to do? So now let's tackle the same question but from a different perspective. Lie with your legs long. And now start to slide your left leg along the floor so that you can bring the heel of the left foot as close as possible to the left hip. Start to slide the left leg along the floor so that the heel can come as close as possible to the left hip. And also, here's the extra bit, that you're resting on the inside edge of your foot. That's the big toe side. And you're allowed to bend the knee. It's the left leg. So here you have a situation where you have support, and then you have to ask yourself, well, how much support do I remove in order to achieve the action? In other words, how little of yourself do you need to peel away from the floor? Yes? Now, that was in the right direction. So the next repetition, you could ask yourself, could I peel a little less? So how could you move that left foot in a kind of a semicircle around to the left, and your knee could be close to the floor, if not touching, and your heel could be close to the left buttock, the left side of the pelvis. Yeah. And do you need to do anything with the shoulders, with the chest, with the spine to make that more and more increasingly possible? Now, some of you have such incredible hip joints that you hardly have to move yourself at all, yes? And some of us are not so blessed, so therefore we need to form ourselves quite differently. That's it. Nice. Yep. I like the henna. Nice. Try the other side. Have a taste on that side. So some of you, just listening to the instructions is enough to get an idea of what's being asked for. In other words, you can have a really clear image in your mind what is being asked for, and then you could spend the next 5 minutes just simply imagining it and only doing it once. That is an option. Yeah, this is a better side. Yeah. That's a good solution. Let's try that. Could you all please come up onto your forearms and elbows, because that looks nice. Yeah, come up onto your forearms and elbows and notice, what does that offer you when you come up like that? Thank your colleague. So when you're propped up, for some of you, this offers you something that wasn't available lying down. Now stay propped on the right elbow. Stay propped on the right elbow and forearm and put the left hand into a push-ups position. Sorry, which leg are we taking back? The right? Yeah, so the right hand in a push-ups position and the left elbow propped. Sorry, that's better. Yeah, that works better. Yeah, the other one would have been a killer. All right. Yeah. And now notice what kind of advantage do you have. So it's the inside, there we go. And now go back onto the elbow and notice if something is left over, some sort of memory is left over of what you can do with the chest and the back. Yeah. And then come off your elbows and notice if there's something left over. If there's some knowledge there that you have based on the other variations that you can go, oh, I know how to do this now. That's what we're looking for in ATM, that moment that you go, oh, is that it? Yeah, that's it. Good. Leave that and rest. I think as Feldenkrais puts it, learning continues until it dawns on you. The sun comes over the horizon and suddenly there's this shining knowledge about, oh, I know. Please, come up to sit. Have your feet standing. Lean on the floor behind you with your hands. Lift your pelvis from the floor. Now, keeping your pelvis off the floor, straighten out your left leg out in front of you. And then make that same semicircle that you did lying down. And now, because your pelvis is off the floor, notice where do you shift over your 3 pins of support? Yeah. That's it. Go at a speed that you can really regulate the movement so that if you needed to, if you wanted to, you could stop it at any moment. In other words, it's interruptible. Yeah. And if you're experimenting having the foot off the floor, that's good. But have the foot on the floor. That was interesting. I can put my foot in my armpit. Okay. That's nice. So the next time that you bring your foot around, leave it behind you like that and just bring your pelvis closer to the floor. And notice, is it possible to put the buttock somewhere near the heel? Great. Now experiment with all of that on the other side. Oh. I thought I heard a groan. Or not. And again, I'd invite you to remember how many repetitions does it take until you get really clear, oh, aha, so this is what's going on, and then you can work less but more cleverly. So that you can use all sorts of different strategies, imagining it, doing a micro movement, organizing the trunk to let the leg come through, that you can play all the Feldenkrais tricks. Great, let that be rest. So now all of you have felt in some fashion or other that it's possible to have your foot behind you and the knee on the floor in front. So you've all had some sort of taste of that experience. Please come up to sit. Sit with your legs bent in such a fashion that you can hook the big toe of your right foot with your right index finger. Lean on your left hand on the floor behind you. Now lift the right foot from the floor, flip it to the inside of the arm, the knee that is, and take the foot behind you until the knee is resting on the floor and the foot's behind you. That's it. And now start to investigate how far around to the right behind you can you go? Yeah, some of you are already turning quarter of a circle by just simply flipping the leg. Can you see? That's it. That's nice. Ah, see how that knee just came off the floor? Perfect. Yeah. If that knee kept on coming off the floor, yeah, notice how more you shift onto the right buttock? Yeah, so that means you could get the foot even further around you. If that left knee leaves the floor, the right leg can get even further around. That. So notice where you've put your foot? It's basically just to the right of your hip. What would you do to get it further around? Would it help if you looked at your foot and followed it around? Yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. There's the left knee flipping inwards. That's it. Yep. Now that left hand, would it help if somehow you're able to position that hand to just lift that left hip a little bit? Just so that you can go up and over it. Yeah. Okay, try that on the other side. So hook the left big toe, pick up the foot, flip the knee to the inside of the arm and take the foot behind, 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 behind. That's it. Yeah, take it behind, 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 behind. Yeah. And notice how your face stays directed to the right. If your face stays directed to the right, it's really hard to get that leg further behind. Do you notice? Turn your head to the left. Take the left shoulder backwards even further. Yeah? And what would happen? There we go. Feel that possibility now? There we go. That's it. Ooh. Great. Can we watch you? Come on, let's have a look. That's great. So there goes the foot. It goes around, 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 and blink. Yeah? No pain. That's good. Yeah? Yeah, so sometimes the idea that you have it wrong stops you from actually keeping going, right? So all sorts of things can become barriers for us. Not turning the head, thinking that what you're doing is incorrect when in actual fact you're on the right track. And sometimes knowing what it is just being able to witness what someone else does, and you go, oh, is that what it is? And you go from inability, for some of you, to total ability. Yeah, that's good. Different lesson, but good. So there you go. And on this way you have to lift your bottom, but that's fine. Yep, that's fine. And you know what's even better? It's not a requirement of passing the course to be able to do it. That's what's nice. Great. Stop and rest. Oh. Oh. Okay. Are you practicing being? You're practicing being Moshe, are you? Yes, that's right. Yeah. As he used to walk around the class, he says, "Yeah, go ahead, kill yourself." So it didn't go past him. So when you get to that part of the course where you're doing functional integration, you'll realize it's a calculated gamble. It's a calculated gamble to ask the person to go back and do what they used to do. And you only bet well, you only play those cards when you know really down deep that the person can get back to where you've just taken them. So it's a gamble. And you're hoping for the person's resilience, you're hoping for the person's memory of how they are now and what they were before and being able to traverse that. So I'm going to play that gamble now. Do you remember when you first hooked that big toe, what it was like to lift the foot? Do you remember? Do you remember your response when I asked you to hook the big toe? So come up to sitting. Hook one of your big toes with the same side arm and lift and lower the foot and notice what it's like to do now. Having done that massively complex set of, machinations and movements. What's it like to just lift the foot? Some of you don't even need the hand anymore because your trunk is already pliable and you have a memory of what a pliable trunk feels like, so you really don't need the hand anymore. You're now at a different skill level. Now hook the other foot with the other hand. And lift and lower the other foot. Not a problem. Look how much you roll your pelvis backwards. Yeah, how you round your back. It's really nice. You're doing Russian dancing again. Okay. Hey. Put both big toes. Lift both feet. Piece of cake. Do you think you know that now? Could you say to yourself, I know how to do this? Only there. Okay, that's knowing. All right, let go of your feet. Whee, hello. Hello. Can I work with you just for a moment? Yeah, come on. Put the socks. Now, ready? You feel how you want to do this? What would happen if you did that? There we go. There we go. Yeah. Rather than this. Try it. See how you want to. So just go. Here. There we go. Yeah, so you see how strong that pattern is? Look at the floor between your legs. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, so well spotted. Huh?
Is it easier?
You tell me.
No.
No? Where do you feel it's... Oh, no! Which could you stop?
Sorry?
If you had to do it slowly, which one can you do slowly?
Okay, the other one.
Well, find out. Come on. Did you hold your breath?
Yes.
Yes? Which one don't you need to hold your breath with? Slowly, slowly, slowly. That's good. That's all right. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's already different. Yeah? None of that.
Don't get it up.
Yeah, that's because you've got a new things going on and you're now learning the new thing to put into that. Eventually you get them up. Go back to the old way. Yeah?
It improved a lot. When I started, I couldn't get the feet up at all.
Yeah. So you succeeded in getting the feet up. Then, of course, if you're satisfied with that, that's the end of the story. So then how can you do it so that it feels easy? Then how can you do it so that it feels, what's the next one? Easy, comfortable. Yeah, easy, comfortable, nice, elegant. Yeah. So that there's knowing how to do a skill, and then there's refining the skill, which is a different knowing and a different knowing and a different knowing. Yes? Thank you.
But isn't there something you think? That one? I need to do something else.
Yeah, she picked what was missing, your eyes. And maybe a few more lessons with the back down here.
Okay, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, this. Yeah, this. This. Okay. So please, come on up to standing. Come on up to standing. Feel what it's like to stand. And walk a little bit, go into a break, and we'll come back at about